ma'am is back here again. I hope you all are fine and practicing hard. So today I have come with a new topic, that is rational numbers. Okay. So before starting the topic, let me introduce you to the different types of numbers. You must have heard already. Like we know, there are natural numbers, which are also known as the counting numbers, because counting always starts from 1. So natural numbers are the numbers that begin from 1. You know that there are whole numbers that begin from 0. We also know that about the even numbers that are divisible by 2 and the odd numbers that are not divisible by 2. We know about the prime numbers, right, that have only 2 factors. One factor is 1 and the other is the number itself. The opposite of prime number is the composite number, which have more than 2 factors. We also know about fraction, which represents a part of the whole. But now, here comes the rational numbers. Okay, all these numbers that we talked about, they come under the category of what? Rational numbers. How can we forget the integers here, right? You have already seen the videos on integers. So all the integers also fall under the category of rational numbers. So rational number is the complete package where you can find the natural numbers, whole numbers, right, even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers, fractions, integers, all are included under one group, that is rational numbers. And the numbers which are not rational are called as irrational numbers, and both rational and irrational numbers, they together form the big group called the real numbers. That means all numbers are real numbers. The numbers which are rational are these, and the numbers which are not rational are irrational. About that we'll be reading later on. Okay. So now now you must have see, now suppose like we write two things here. Suppose I write here 7 by 8, 7 upon 8, and here I write minus 3 by 7. Okay. So look at this two. You know that the first one is a fraction. First one is what? A fraction, right? And the second one is also a fraction. You must be thinking like that, isn't it? Because you have read that a fraction has a numerator and a denominator. Okay. But the thing is that the definition of a fraction is what? What is the meaning of fraction? In a fraction, the numerator is always a whole number and the denominator is always a natural number. Remember it always, okay? In a fraction, the denominator should always be what? A whole number. Sorry, the numerator should always be a whole number. And in this case, 7 is a whole number. 8 is a natural number, so obviously it is a fraction. Yes? Now let us look at this, minus 3 by 7. Is minus 3 a whole number? No, it's a negative number. It's not a whole number because whole number starts from 0. But minus 3 is not a whole number. So can you call these a fraction? No, we cannot call it. 7 is a natural number, that's true. But minus 3 is a negative number, it's an integer. Negative number, right? So it is not a whole number. So it is called as what? Rational number. Yes or no? Whole number. And this is a rational number. That means, how can you define now? What is the difference between the basic difference between this fraction and a rational number? In a fraction, the numerator should always be a whole number. It can be 0, but the denominator should be a natural number. It cannot be a whole number. That means division by 0, as you know, is not possible. It's not possible. The denominator cannot be 0. But in a rational number, both the numerator as well as the denominator both can be what? Both are what? Integers. So let us define this rational number now. Any number which is in the form of a by b or p by q, whatever variables you can give it. Okay? Where A and B are integers. They are what? Integers, and B should never be equal to 0. Okay? And B should never be equal to 0. Then this type of number is called a rational number. Now, do you think this is a rational number? Yes, 7 is a positive integer. 8 is a positive integer. So, every fraction is a rational number. That is true. But every rational number cannot be called as a fraction. Okay? Every fraction is a rational number. But every rational number cannot be called as a fraction, because for fraction, there is a limitation. There is a limitation, right? So, a rational number is a number which can be represented in the form of A by B, where A and B are integers, but B should never be equal to 0, because division by 0, as you can check out yourself, can you divide 7 by 0? Okay, 0 by 7 is 0. Yes, 0 divided by 7, 7 zeros are 0. Okay, it's 0. But is it possible to divide? Can you divide 0 7s are 0? Always you will be getting this. Not possible. So the denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay. So I hope you understand what is a rational number now. Now let us come to the comparison and the standard form of rational numbers. Okay. Suppose there is a rational number given to you. Standard form. Standard form. What do you understand by standard form? Okay, let us see. Standard form. Suppose a rational number like this is given to you, 4 by minus 7. Okay. So as you can see here, this is not in the standard form, because here the denominator is what? Negative. So what is the standard form of writing a rational number? You can shift the minus sign to the numerator. So whenever you are solving any numbers based on rational numbers, you should first write the number in the standard form before adding, before comparing, or before subtracting, whatever operations you are going to do. First, you need to write in the standard form and then do it, right? Okay. So standard form is what? The denominator should not be negative. You can shift the minus sign to the numerator. This is the standard form. Okay. And how to compare? Now comparison. Let us take the comparison. You know that you can compare by cross multiplying or by finding by the LCM method. When you find the LCM method, you convert them to equivalent rational numbers. You have done in the fraction chapter. How are you arranging the things in ascending order, descending order? By or by comparing them. How are you comparing them? By either finding going through the LCM method or by cross multiplying. Okay. So one thing you need to be very careful. Suppose you got a rational number like 11 by minus 5, and you have got a rational number like 3 by suppose minus 2, and you're asked to compare which one is greater or smaller. Okay. So before cross multiplying, the first thing that you should do is write both in standard form. Okay. You should write both in standard form. So 11, so the minus sign will be shifting to the numerator. That means it becomes minus 11 by 5. And in this case, it becomes what? Minus 3 by 2. And now you can go on with the cross multiplication procedure. What is the cross multiplication procedure? This side on the left hand side, what you will be writing? The product of the first term and the fourth term. Yes or no? First, second, third, fourth. So minus 11 multiplied to 2, and this side 5 multiplied to minus 3. So this will be minus 22. And this will be, now hope you are all clear with the integers, because the previous video that I had made on integers, the idea should be clear. The knowledge of fraction and the knowledge of integers will help you to solve numbers based on numbers given in this chapter. So you should be very clear with fraction and you should be very clear with integers before going into the rational numbers. Okay. So now as you can see here, minus 22 obviously is less than minus 15, you know by now. Okay. So in place of minus 22, I'm going to write it's 11 by minus 5. So 11 by minus 5 is less than 3 by minus 2. That way easily you can compare. Just the thing is very similar to fraction, but then what you have to do here, you first write the standard form, then only go for comparison. Now let us do some numbers like arrange, how to graph the rational numbers on a number line. Okay. How to make a graph of rational numbers on the number line. So let's take a question from here. Suppose 4 by 7 minus 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 0, minus 3 by 7. Okay? And you are asked to do what? You are asked to graph the rational numbers. Okay? You are asked to graph on a number line. The first thing you see, all are having the denominator 7 here, right? So, first let us draw the number line. Okay? We have negative also, positive numerators also and negative numerators also. Okay? So, here we will take a 0 here. Okay? 0 is the center of the number line. So, now as you can see here, the denominator is having what? 7. So, divide this distance into 7 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, suppose this is 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, divide this side also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I have made 7 equal parts. So this side comes your what? Just a moment, let me make it a little longer. So here ends the 7 parts. Okay, this is positive 1, and here this is the negative 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So you know that after 0 you have 1 on the right side, 1 towards the right side, towards the right direction when you go, and towards the left you have minus 1. Yes or no? So what we have done, based on the denominator, you will divide into 7 equal parts. Okay. So now here you have to graph the rational number. So what is the first rational number? 4 by 7. 4 by 7. So this represents what? 1 part of 7. Okay, this is 1 by 7. This will be how much? 2 by 7. This will be, sorry, this is minus 1 by 7, minus 2 by 7, minus 3 by 7, minus 4 by 7. This will be minus 5 by 7. This will be minus 6 by 7. Okay, and this will be minus 7 by 7. Okay, this is minus 1. Okay, this is minus 7 by 7. So minus 7 by 7 is same as minus 1. Clear, everyone? Now this side also. Okay, so this will be how much? 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7, 7 by 7 is equal to how much? 1. Okay, so now easily now you can see how can you graph it. 4 by 7 is this side, positive side. 4 by 7, so this is 4 by 7. Okay, minus 1 by 7 will be this side, minus 1 by 7. Okay, 2 by 7, positive side again, 2 by 7. 0 is here, minus 3 by 7. Here on the negative side, minus 3 by 7. So it's very easy to graph the rational numbers on the number line. Just you have to understand, you should know that you have to divide the distance between 0 and 1 into how many parts? According to the denominator, based on the denominator. Because the 0 is also what? Same as 0 by 7. 0 by 7 is what? 0 only. Okay. So I hope you understood how to graph the rational numbers on the number line. Now let us take the next number. So next, let us take one more number. Arrange from least to greatest. Okay. So I'm writing the question on the board and I want every one of you to write along with me and solve along with me. Absolute value of minus 2 by 3, absolute value of minus 0.75, absolute value of 0.62 and absolute value of 5 by 6. Okay, so this is the question. The question is that you have to arrange the numbers from least to greatest, that means in the ascending order. So before that, just I want to remind you one thing. First, write on the standard form. Standard form means that there should not be any negative sign in the denominator and the fraction or the rational number should be in the lowest term. Okay, so now obviously absolute value, you have been through the previous 4 videos of integers. So I'm telling you from the beginning that with the idea of the integers and fractions, you can solve these irrational numbers very easily. Okay, so minus 2 by 3 will be 2 by 3. 0.75 minus 0.75, the minus sign goes out. So 75 by 100. Here you have 62 by 100 and here 5 by 6. Now let us check whether they are in the standard form or not. Yes, there is no negative sign in the denominator, but then they are not in the lowest term. This can be reduced in the lowest term, right? Then only we call a rational number in the standard form when there is no negative sign in the denominator and the rational number should be in the lowest term. So we can cancel it with 25, with 2. Yes. So now let us write down 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 31 by 50, 5 by 6. Now you already know how to arrange it in ascending order. Now it becomes very easy for us to arrange it. So let us find out the LCM. As we all know, the LCM of 3, 4, 56, everybody can find it, I know. So very quickly you can find out by prime factorization or by short division method, whatever you like. So the LCM will be, just let me show you once, 3, 4, 50 and 6. So 50, 150, 300 is the LCM. Okay. So the LCM is 300. Let us make all of them as equivalent rational numbers. Okay. Equivalent rational numbers. Just as you have equivalent fractions, likewise, what are equivalent rational numbers where the denominator is same, just equal to the LCM. So what is the LCM we have got here? The LCM is 300. Okay. So 3 multiplied to what is 300? Obviously 100. So multiply 100 here. 4 multiplied to what will give you 100? 75. Okay. So multiply 3 by 75. 50 multiplied to 6 will give us 300. So here also let us multiply 6 and 6 multiplied to 50. So here also let us multiply 50. So now we have got 200 by 300, 215 by 300, sorry, 225. Then we have 186 by 300 and then 250 by 300. Yes, I hope the idea is getting very clear with everyone. Now let us arrange it from the least to greatest. All have the same denominator, so it is easy for us to arrange. 186 by 300. Then you have 200 by 300. Then you have 225 by 300. Then 250 by 300. Yes, this is the greatest one. Yes. Now, what is the right on the actual rational numbers? So 186 by 300 is the third one. The third one is represented by absolute value of 0.62. Yes. 200 by 300, the actual value is minus 2 by 3. With the first one, minus 2 by 3. Then 225 is the second one, absolute value of minus 0.75. And the last one is the absolute value of 5 by 6. So I hope all of you understood this number quite well and you are solving along with me. Clear? So let's come to the next question without wasting any more time. So I've selected a few selective questions for you so that it becomes easy for us to solve the numbers. Okay. So just make your ideas very clear with the integers as well as the fractions. Then this rational numbers becomes very easy. So let us take one more question from addition. How to add two rational numbers. Okay. A very simple one. The first one, addition. The first question here is 1 by 20 plus 1 by minus 30. 1 by 20 plus 1 by minus 30. This is the question. The first thing you need to arrange the rational numbers in standard form, and as you can see here, this is not in standard form. Let's write down first how to write in the standard form. Shift this minus sign here. Okay. One more thing that I forgot to tell you is, what is the standard form of minus 5 by minus 6? Suppose you have both negative here. You know that when in the integers you have learned that when both the integers are negative, the answer will be obviously positive. So the standard form for this will be 5 by 6. Remember it. Okay. This is a separate. Remember when both the numerator as well as the denominator have negative signs, then it becomes completely positive in the standard form. So now the LCM of 20 and 30 will be 60. As you just add in fractions, the same way you are going to add it. 20 multiplied to what will give us 60? Obviously 3. And what is the numerator here? The numerator is 1. 30 multiplied to what will give us 60? 2. And what is the numerator? It's minus 1. Clear? It's minus 1. So be very careful about it. 60. 3 multiplied to 1? 3. 2 multiplied to minus 1 is minus 2. Still, if you have confusion in the signs, then please go back to the videos on integers and clear your ideas, because I told you the idea of integers is very, very important. Very, very important to solve rational numbers, right? Now, let us follow the sign rule. Plus multiplied to minus. So, minus 2, 60, that is equal to 1 by 60. And it's a proper fraction. Or we can say it's a rational number. It's a fraction also, because they both, this is also a fraction. This is also a rational number. And I told you from the beginning, all fractions are rational numbers, but all rational numbers cannot be fraction. Okay? So dear students, it's enough for today. Till then, keep on practicing, and in the next video, we will be discussing some more important questions on rational numbers. Till then, stay safe and keep studying.